was a way to get over jet lag for me.
Wow.
I didn't know when I landed at 8:30 this morning from Los Angeles that I'd be shaking the hands of Akshaykumar on fire, but here I am. That was awesome. I'm Jennifer Salke, head of Amazon Studios. It's so nice to see all of you here today. Thank you for coming out here and enjoying this show. I know there was a big surprise in store. And how about those ladies and gentlemen in this fashion show? Can we give them a hand? I've been busy this last year and my team in Los Angeles helping build and expand our global home for talent and developing original shows to share with the world. And James Farrell has been an important part of that process as our head of international originals. And he has a fantastic history and relationship with the star of this show who was just revealed to you, and I'd love him to share it with you all.
Thanks so much, Jen. Well, it was at least 3 years ago when we first met Akshay, and we were so excited about having him on the platform, and we started to brainstorm ideas. We said, what can we do on Amazon that'll be different, that'll be exciting for your fans, for Amazon customers? And his number one thing that he said was, I got to do something different. I got to do something big. So we said, well, what does that mean? You know, what can you do that's bigger than all the films you've made, that's different than all the films you've made? And he said, well, and we kept thinking about it, and it took a couple years. And he came around, he said, well, I kind of want to surprise my fans, so I want to have it be multiple seasons, so it really keeps people guessing. They don't know what's going to happen. And then he said, well, and I want to combine all the genres that I'm known for. I want big action adventure, I want thrillers, I want family, I want all of it. So he said, okay, and we had to think about that some more. And then, you know, it was a couple months later, maybe this past July, when me and Vijay and Aparna, who look after the team here in India, we got a call. He said, I got an idea. You got to come over, we got to talk about it. And we said, great. You know, I was here in India at the time. And he said, no, I'm in London. You got to come right now. So we went to London right then, and we had breakfast, and there he pitched us the show, and immediately we all said, it's amazing. So
I feel like the concept of the show is the next best kept secret from the Lord of the Rings concept that we've also held close to the vest. But how great is it to have him at the center of a show? There's nothing more important for Amazon Prime than delivering high-quality, addictive one-hour television to our global customers, and to have someone of his stature at the center of a show that's thrilling, keeps you on the edge of your seat, is just a dream come true.
Well, neither of us is on fire.
Thankfully.
We leave that to the superstars. I don't think, you know, I can do any justice to the relationship that Abundancia has with Amazon without handing it over to Vikram to talk about the relationship, the long relationship that he has with Akshay. So over to you, Vikram.
Thank you, Vijay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for turning up in such good numbers today. It's always a welcome sight to see any house packed, especially coming from the movies business. I can say packed houses are good omens. 3 years ago, Abundancia Entertainment created an ambition to take Indian storytelling and Indian talent to the world, an ambition to work with global platforms of the future. 2 years ago, Abundancia found a partner and a home for that ambition in Amazon Prime Video. A shining example of that partnership was our first premium original, Breathe, which not only connected with its audiences in the domestic market, but as per data shared by Amazon, and a lot of that doesn't come by easily, I can tell you, it resonated extremely well with fans across the globe. Today, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen that ambition go to the next level. You've seen it manifest into something which is a truly universal show. I say that not because of what people may talk about, its budget, its size, its scope, its production, its superstar lead, but it's a show which is universal because of its emotional core. I will not be at liberty to tell you a lot about it, but I will tell you that a show like this is going to be a genre breaker for its blend of action, adventure, and science fiction thrown in good measure. When we sat down with our writers, Simon and Karan and the wonderful team at Amazon lots of ideas were tossed around. But then when we met Akshay, and here is somebody whose innovation, whose passion for creativity, and whose work ethic has always impressed me, we came up with a question, why not? Why can we not think of a global tentpole which retains its emotional core but yet talks to a universal audience in a language that they understand? Aren't there so many examples of global shows that we are so used to binging? They've become chat currency now. In parties, in trains, in buses, in colleges, all that we are talking about is what was the last episode of a particular show that you saw. Why could India not create a show that could be spoken of like this across the world? And I'm proud to tell you today that this is the show. Today is the beginning of that ambition manifesting itself into this show. And look at the partners we found across this journey. Akshaykumar, a man with whom I've had the good fortune and honor to work on multiple films, most of them that have connected big time with the audience. We were talking about his genres. Look at the journey of the man across 25 years and 150 films. Comedy, action, with films like Toilet Ek Prem Katha, Padman, Airlift, now Kesari 2.0, earlier Baby, Special 26, OMG, Khiladi franchise. Name one Indian actor who's had the ability to successfully dabble in so many genres and still retain that fan franchise that he has across the world. This man brings with him the work ethic, the desire to do something different, which is the lifeblood of the show that we are creating and the very medium for which we are creating this show. Our other and equally important partners in the journey, Amazon Prime Video.
Here he is.
So without taking too much time, Amazon Prime Video, who not only push us creatively, but who also understand the journey of a creator, who give us empowerment and trust to go and tell the stories that we want to. A big thank you to Jennifer, James, Vijay, Aparna. You guys are all here today. To Ajay, Brad, who flew down to do work pieces. Brad, thank you so much for everything, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not taking any more time and standing between you and the man.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's going to tell you the truth. I've been inspired by my son, Arav. He actually told me that, Dad, you have to get into digital world because, and I have to follow the youth. I think I may say he is my teacher and I learned from him, and that is how I decided that I want to get into it, and what better platform than Amazon.
That's beautiful. And what are your expectations from the show? What do you think will the audience take away from the series?
From the series, I think the whole idea about me doing action, and I know the script, I know the screenplay, I know how it is going to be working. There's too much of action, and it's a human story. Obviously, it's a fictional story, but it's a human story. I can't much talk about it, what the whole story is all going to be, but it's going to be a fun and entertaining one.
So, Mr. Kumar, you entered the film industry as an action hero for the longest time, and then the last few years have been about social films and comedy and romance. Is this your comeback to the action genre?
I don't understand why you're saying it's my comeback. Where did I go away from? I've never gone away from action. Action is within me. Action is, I call myself a stuntman first and then an actor. What else can I say? Action never went away from me. I was always with action.
Right. That's beautiful. Thank you, Jennifer. What according to you makes Indian content stand out across the world?
We've been talking about it all morning. It's the originality. All these shows have an original point of view. They're not all the same. They're very, it's a diverse group of of a content slate that continues to grow every day. We ordered 7 new shows out of India last month. We're thrilled to do that and look forward to ordering so many more. It really comes from the passion of creators. When I sit here and listen to him talk about his son inspiring him, and he had something he wanted to do and say with this, and the thought that went into coming up with this idea, which led to his commitment, that really is a great example of how great content is made. It's something that everyone's committed to, that comes from the heart, and is actually has, you know, a real commitment behind it and something to say, which is important.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Mr. James Farrell, there were a lot of Indian Prime originals announced when you were here last time in India. Would you say Prime Video is on track to deliver that promise?
Well, of course. Yeah, now we're up to over 30 shows are in various stages of production, so it's a huge, huge slate. And like Jen said, it's a very diverse slate. So you saw the titles up on the board. We've got comedy, action, romance. It's a little bit of everything because we have so many, you know, such a diverse base of customers. We really need to do our homework and do right by all those people. So we're trying and we're succeeding, I think.
That's great. Thank you. Mr. Subramaniam, what compelled you to collaborate with Abundancia Entertainment once again? Also, we'd like to know, why did you bring Mr. Akshaykumar on board?
Wow. I'll start with the Akshay answer because that's so simple. Khiladi, Khiladiyon ka Khiladi, Mohra, International Khiladi, Gold, OMG. I mean, that's as hipster as it gets, right? I mean, there is no one who's been as innovative as he has. He's defined genres and he's broken out of them. Every time you, as a viewer, I've tried to put a label and say, wow, Akshay is so great at action. He demonstrates comedy, and just when I say, wow, I need to see so many more comedy films from him, he goes and does truly character-driven drama. So I don't think we could have chosen any better. And as far as Abundancia is concerned, you know, they say, you've heard of the Holy Trinity, right? And this is one of them.
Oh, well said. That was really well ended. Mr. Malhotra, the last question is for you. You work so closely with Mr. Akshaykumar in films and now in a digital space across genres. Why do you feel this is the best genre fit for him?
In a typical film with Akshay, and he said it on record, so Paji, forgive me, in 32 days, you get content worth 130, 140 minutes.
Wow. That deserves a huge round of applause.
That's the beginning of the answer. Where it gets interesting is that in the long form, in originals, especially the kind that we're partnered with Prime Video on, you need 600 minutes of content in just about double the amount of time that is typically given to a film. So with that kind of work ethic, that kind of discipline, that kind of commitment, there is a one-man race for that, ma'am. Outside of that, the idea, and he plays the creative card a little lightly, but the value that he adds to the core stories that we come up with is immense. So as soon as we had the idea going, it was just Akshay.
A round of applause. Truly, truly deserves it. This man truly, truly deserves it.
Thanks for watching Indian Eyes 24 News. Please do subscribe our channel. Press the bell icon for future notifications. Click on the like button. Must do share the link. Thank you.